Welcome to the Scalpel of Truth, the podcast providing cutting insight on how to rise to the top in the medical aesthetics industry with your host, Leisa Krauss, aka the Bitch and Beautician. That's Leisa with an E, which stands for explicit, because in this surgical suite, she won't sugarcoat the truth, and yes, there will be some seriously salty language, not suitable for sensitive souls, children, nor pets. As a business consultant, Leisa shares the knowledge and lessons she's gleaned over 30 years in the industry, time spent working directly with patients, managers, and med spa owners alike. Her practice growth strategies are sharp, her stories and wit sharper, and her panache for bringing the spice the sharpest. So buckle up, bichachos. Lisa's about to slice and dice another episode of The Scalpel of Truth.
All right, today's episode is all focused on your unique value propositions. Or another name for it is competitive advantage or market differentiator, your brand proposition, your distinctive appeal. Really, it's why the hell prospective patients should choose to do business with you in a saturated market, right? And I say saturated, and there's a lot of marketers out there, there's a lot of business consultants out there that talk about being a saturated market, and no, we're not. I'm here to tell you, I've been in this 30 years. It is definitely becoming more saturated by the day, but it is not too saturated for those who are the cream of the industry that rise to the top. So there's a ton of folks out there that are in the bottom half of our industry that are making the top half possible. So your unique selling proposition or your unique value proposition is what is going to have you gaining market share in this industry. So a very important topic to me, and it should be a very important topic to you. So what I want to do in this episode is go over the top 10 in a list of competitive advantages for you and your position in the industry. Here's the legal part I need to read. This podcast is presented solely for educational entertainment purposes. Guys, I'm just your beauty business bitch. I'm not a licensed therapist or an HR representative, nor am I a lawyer. This platform's used to share my experiences with what's made me a successful service provider, a manager, and a business consultant for those whom I coach. Got it? Beautiful. These are in no particular order. These are all important. So top 10, starting with number 1, expertise of a medical professional. The importance of this is you need to have a team of experienced and qualified individuals. So whether you are plastic surgeon group, dermatologists, nurse practitioners, nurses, laser technicians, medical SDs, you need to have a level of professionalism that is going to instill trust and confidence in your patients that are seeking your treatments, right? Especially in a crowded and competitive market, your expertise is going to ensure safety and effective procedures. It's going to usually lead to high patient satisfaction and wow factor outcomes if you are doing a kick-ass job. The importance too with being a medical professional, it's not that you need to be a license holder. It's that you need to be professional in this space. You need to have expertise and skill to deliver wow factor outcomes that your patients are going to see as a key differentiator between the competition. The reason that this is important is if you've got a team of very low-leveled credentialed folks or people that are all brand new to the industry, brand new, especially when it comes to medical aesthetics, does not instill a lot of confidence. I'm not saying that if you're new, it's going to be an uphill battle for you. I'm saying align yourself with people that are seasoned, people that have been around for a while, people that have credibility, or at least some sort of amazing relationship to individuals in this industry, or somebody who's got a great reputation in this industry. Number 2, let's talk customized treatment plans. The importance here is you've got to offer personalized plans that are tailored to your patient's unique needs, concerns, treatment desires, goals, All of that is going to give you a competitive advantage, right? You're committed, or you should be, to delivering results-driven care. If your patients are not seeing results with the treatments or the skincare that you are offering them, that is going to have you in the bottom half of this industry, for sure. You need that customization because it's going to enhance the patient experience. It's going to foster that trust between you and the patient, and it's going to increase the likelihood of a long-term loyal relationship between you and the patient. If you've got loyalty long-term, you're going to have recurring revenue. People are going to come and spend money with you because they trust you. You've demonstrated that you know what you're doing, and it comes down to relationship development. Long-term loyalty equals boost in long-term profitability. You want to make sure with your treatment plan that you're not doing a cookie cutter approach. You can have protocols, but you always want to look at the patient and what they are presenting to you, as opposed to, this is our protocol on this. This is our protocol on this. You can have protocols, and I am 100% in favor of protocols, but you also need to have the knowledge, skill set, and know-how to tailor your treatments specifically for those individuals. Not everybody is going to be exactly the same that comes into you for rosacea, for acne, for anti-aging. All of these things can be a hint different where you can tailor your treatments. Tailoring should be one of your specialties if you want to stand out in the crowd. Number 3, state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Now, I'm telling you, state-of-the-art has been around as long as I have. It's old as fuck. Everybody wants to be state-of-the-art. State-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art facility. Guys, it's overused, but at the same time, you definitely want to have state-of-the-art technology, okay? You want to invest in the latest technology possible and advanced equipment for treatments because that's going to ensure superior results. You can have your good old faithful laser as long as it is still cranking out amazing results, then awesome. And there are a lot of great pieces of technology and equipment that you will have that you can purchase or invest in that are a total workhorse, where you are going to be able to get massive mileage out of those devices. Cutting edge technology will set you apart from competitors, and it also is going to attract the patients that are seeking a little bit more of that innovative and effective solutions. They may have gone somewhere and they've tried a certain device that's been around for a long time, and they got okay results that were fair. They're looking for exceptional. So if you carry the latest and greatest, and it's expensive to do this, guys, that's not lost on me. It is pricey. These things are sometimes upwards of buying a condo or a Ferrari or a house. Okay. So it is definitely investment. So when you look at investing in a new piece of technology or equipment, make sure you're doing your due diligence. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that. So just make sure that you are doing research and making the best decision for your patient demographic. Number 4, a comprehensive range of service offerings. The reason that this is such a key to unique value proposition for you is you want to make sure that you have a diverse range of services, and hopefully the 3 key pillars to skin health, which are going to be your skincare that you're carrying, your laser and non-laser devices, and your injectables. Then we also have the other arms to the business, right? We've got the 3 key pillars that are turning into more like 5 key pillars. You've got your wellness services, you've got your body contouring services, and all of these things combined allows you to address multiple concerns, and that's going to cater to a wide range of patient needs. You want to be known as the one-stop shop experience that will basically have you increasing your convenience for your patients, as well as it encourages repeat business. So you want to make it easy for people to do business with you. And yes, again, very expensive for us to be able to carry all of these different devices, products, non-laser devices, injectables, to be able to offer a competitive and comprehensive range of service offerings. The other thing that is great if you've got a diverse portfolio of what you're offering is you can customize treatments a lot better. You can treat a lot more things, right? So that's also going to boost your bottom line profits. It also allows you to create better bundles for your patients. It also allows you to create a great membership offering for recurring revenue. So looking at your range of services, gone are the days that you can just be an injector and not offer chem peels, dermaplaning, microdermabrasions, laser facials, product, peel, like all of it. You can't get to the top of this industry by being a one-trick pony anymore. Another great unique value proposition is emphasizing safety and compliance, right? So being known for prioritizing safety and adhering to regulatory standards, depending on where you are and what those are, and really going up and above and beyond for measures with compliance to infection control and reassuring your patient that you're committed to their well-being. So compliance in this industry obviously is major with what we're dealing with on the medical side. So you want to always talk about your best practices because all of those things also funnel down into a patient trusting you and you having credibility. And if your patient has peace of mind coming to you that you're compliant, you're safe, you follow regulatory standards, that is all going to help with relationship development. All of these things connected help with bottom line profits. So if your competitor is known as the wild, wild west, oh, they're doing treatments like they're trying this, they're trying that. Innovation is great. I love people that try different things, but there's something to be said for prioritizing safety and having good old faithful when it comes to compliance. Number 6, your luxurious and relaxing environment. Guys, this is something that is a really big deal when you're dealing with luxury sales, right? You want to create the spa-like ambiance and atmosphere with upscale amenities. You want some of that soothing decor, your attention to detail. Like the devil is in the details. That comes down to your branding and how exceptional you've done to have creation of differentiation between you and your competition, right? All of these little touch points with your customer service and your techniques that you're using, right? All of those lead to a great patient experience. So it promotes relaxation. It reduces anxiety. It can elevate the patient's perception of quality and professionalism when it comes to your establishment. And by all means, that's what we want to be known for, right? So we want it to be luxurious. You can have a very luxurious derm practice. You can also have a derm practice that's run like a fucking dumpster fire where everything's behind, everything's chaos. We're talking confidentiality out loud. It can be a gong show. Just because you're high level derm, that's amazing. Or your plastics, amazing. That is awesome. But you've got to have the hybrid business model that's going to set you apart. So in our industry, we are a combination of the medical side and luxury sales. So it is a hybrid that most people are not fully caught on to what that means. That means delivering superior patient care combined with luxury, ambiance, atmosphere, and luxury sales. Sales is a part of what we're doing. It is not just medicine. This means paying attention to overflowing garbages that might have gauze and blood on them. Disgusting. Have a lay down in your treatment beds and make sure when you look up, you don't have ceiling tiles that are soiled or have water damage, dings in walls. Like we start to, I guess, not look at those things anymore. We become used to those things when we come into our practice. Oh yeah, I need to fix that. Oh yeah, that needs a coat of paint. Oh yeah, the front desk, the corner of it's chipping off. Oh yeah, I need to replace the whatever it is. Make sure you're looking around with your patient's eyes. Okay? Sounds weird. It is. But you want to go in as a patient to your own facility because that's where you can start seeing some of these things that are of grave importance. And I'd really suggest having a whiteboard or a communications whiteboard is what I like the best at the back or communications book where you've got, if something needs to be done and somebody sees something, hey guys, I noticed this. We need to get on this. And it's these things that you need to devil in the details over, and you need to make sure that you are stepping on it with all the urgency. What happens is a patient will see that and then they come in 2 weeks later or a month later and it's not fixed. That shows a lack of care and attention. So when you see an overflowing trash basket that hasn't been emptied, if you see a box of product that's half-ass unloaded at the front, you start making a judgment call as a patient of like, oh, you know what these guys are really proficient at? Half-assing it. I don't want my treatment done here because it looks like they are overrun and they are chaotic and they don't have systems in place. None of this instills great trust or credibility with your patients. Number 7 is doing a focused, kick-ass, comprehensive consultation. We are paying thousands of dollars to get people to walk through the door. These are all things that you need to pay very close attention to. And a kick-ass consult is something that's directly related to your conversion. So there's a few different ways to do this. You can have 1 or 2 people closing on consults that do a kick-ass consult, or you can have your entire team do kick-ass consults. And for me, I like the business model where everybody in the place that is a service provider can do an amazing kick-ass consult and all of them can close. All of them give an informed consultation coupled with transparent communication so that it empowers the patient to make an informed decision about their treatments, right? You want to educate on everything, top to bottom. You want to take that experience in your consultation and you want to create a funnel. Now, I have done this for years and years, used the same evolving kick-ass consultation format, which I have. And if you're interested, please reach out and let me know because it is built for conversion. It's very strategic. It is very on purpose for the questions that are asked and in what order. And everything that it covers allows for positioning you as an expert. It allows for getting all the information from your patient. It allows for you to talk about budget and financing options and membership models, many of the things that we need to kick ass and close a consult for a patient. What I don't love, and I know a lot of people train on it, objection handling in our industry. If you do a proper, amazing consult, I'll tell you from 30 years of experience and 20 plus of that being hands-on with patients, if you do a great enough job in your comprehensive consult, you're not going to need to be trained to the tits on objection handling. Who wants to do objection handling? No, thank you. It's time consuming. It's off-putting. And people you may need to do a little bit of it, but you shouldn't have to do a lot of it if you're doing the proper kick-ass consult. You want something that is going to give your patient the trust factor enough to say, fuck, let's do this. Sign me up. How do I get to be a member here? How do I get to save money? We love to give you results that are wow factor, and we also love to save you money. Let me know how I can help. There's so many ways to do this. It gets the patient prepared. And a patient who is prepared and educated often has a better patient experience, better wow factor outcomes. They are better prepared for cosmetic downtime. They're also better prepared to give you great word of mouth advertising. So we major need to pay attention to doing a kick-ass comprehensive consultation. I also want to tell you this little nugget that should be a rant-a-rooney because it has me go from 0 to 60 in a hot second. I can't even, with the amount of business consultants out there teaching on consultations that have never spent time in clinic, hands-on with patients, doing consultations themselves. Do not let anyone take your money or teach you how to do a fucking consultation that has not spent a minimum of 8 to 10 years in a clinic seeing consults full-time and doing it themselves. They have heard how to do a consult somewhere. They have maybe shadowed people doing a consult, but unless you've been in the trenches, and this is just me, you know I'm a judgy bitch, and I would tell you, if it were me, I would never have somebody teach me how to do any of this hands-on stuff in this industry unless you've walked the walk. I don't need to listen to your talk, okay? So for me, again, lots of business consultants out there. Lots of amazing ones, and lots that should stay in their own lane and stick to certain things that they're real good at and that they have the credentials to actually charge people money for. Okay, whew. Number 8, results-oriented approach. Okay, so you need to be demonstrating a track record of delivering visible and long-lasting results. And this is going to be through your before and after pictures, your patient testimonials, and great reviews. This is all going to build credibility and attract new patients. Everybody's all about, I need new patients, patient acquisition, patient acquisition. This is how you're going to do it, folks. You're going to focus on being results-oriented. And this is how your approach is going to cover all the key pillars of skin health and your business. And this is why it's really, really important to do bundles and to do memberships and packages. Because if you are putting all of your treatment protocols together and you are involving some injectables, you are involving skincare, you're involving laser and non-laser devices, you're involving wellness, you are going to have great wow factor outcomes. We know this. Focusing on a one-off, selling one product, selling one treatment, selling one, I say this. And again, it's with all the passion behind it. If you are doing one-offs, what do one-off treatments do? They're great for a very, very short period of time. So what do they do in the long term? They do fuck tweet. Absolutely nothing in the long term. If you do one treatment or buy one product, unless it's sunscreen, these things are not going to get you wow factor results, right? We want to have a results-based value proposition. We are after results. Before and afters, the best third-party validator for your business that you could possibly have. Wow factor before and afters. If you've got one or two, people are interested. If you've got on your social media where you are scrolling, and there are hundreds of amazing before and afters, that is going to gain you massive credibility and people are going to check you out. All of that put together, you need to be results oriented in your approach with your patients. Number 9, committed to continual improvement. So if you are not striving for excellence, ongoing through your training, your professional development, your continuous improvement initiatives, you are going to suffer. You can't just go to a conference and 3 years later think you're still going to be crushing it. Things change and evolve in our industry so friggin' fast that it would make your head spin. So what is a technique that's popular, for 1 year or for 6 months could be changing because our industry is evolving at a rapid pace, right? You need to make sure that it is at the forefront of this industry and it remains at the forefront of this industry is your commitment to continual improvement. You want to embrace the innovation and evolution of our industry, right? The competitiveness, sustainability in the rapidly changing landscape. You want to always be learning. I go to different conferences. I'm constantly reading. I'm around the clock. I am doing my due diligence to stay current. And you need to be too. Your patients depend on it and they deserve it. Now, we've talked a little bit about the luxurious, relaxing environment. So your ambiance and your patient experience, exceptional customer service, they go hand in hand. So if you are delivering the best service and the best patient experience, this is going to be one of your biggest key differentiators in the market. It directly screams your brand proposition. Building strong relationships and addressing concerns promptly. You got to be prompt. In this industry, people are leaving for the competition in so many different ways. It takes nothing to lose a client these days or a patient, right? You want to make sure that from initial inquiry to your post-treatment follow-ups, everything in between is focused on creating that positive, memorable experience. You want to be rave-worthy. You want to be easy to do business with, easy for people to rave about you and give you third-party validation with word-of-mouth marketing. It is the best return on investment is word of mouth. You want to build strong relationships. This is what's going to do it. You want to exceed patient expectations. You want high patient satisfaction. You want loyalty. All of these things come down to an amazing experience, providing exceptional customer service and wow factor outcomes. That is all going to help you with both acquisition and retention, the two biggest things in our industry. You got to get them in the door and then you got to keep them. That's the name of the game. And all of these other strategies are how you're going to do it. How are you going to be better than the competition, right? And I know, again, collaboration happens at the top, competition happens at the bottom. Right. I get it. We all need to eat. How are you going to get the maximum amount of exposure, the maximum amount of acquisition, and the maximum amount of retention in our industry? That is the name of the game of success, is cranking out exceptional results and being rave-worthy. Those are what you want to embrace, focus on, and adopt in your practice. So we went over 10 of the top unique value propositions to gain market share. There are more than this, but this is your top 10. If you can focus on these and become exceptional at each and every one, you're going to have better acquisition, you're going to have better retention, and a better bottom line profit to your practice. I share this with you today because you need to hear it. It's getting more competitive by the minute. We are cranking out injectors right, left, and center. We are cranking out laser technicians right, left, and center. People are leaving medicine in droves, coming on to the medical aesthetic side. It is not going to go away. It is not going to get any better. And if we do not have the unique value proposition and we're all offering the same shit, it is a race to the bottom on price. You do not want to be in that position. So, bichachos, I'm going to leave you with this. Focus on these value propositions for your competitive advantage to make sure that you've got key differentiation in the market, and your patients are going to be a hell yeah to this is why I choose you above the competition. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I invite you to share this podcast with your team and colleagues. To get in touch with me, you can visit my website, vanityempireconsulting.com. And to find me on Instagram and to find the show on Instagram, it's at The Bitch and Beautician and at Scalpel of Truth Podcast. Wishing you so much love and success. And until next time, I want you to stay sharp, stay focused, and stay fabulous.
Go away to see things stay the way they are.